Good morning, everyone. It is your daily crypto news, Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. My name is Matt, and you can do me a favor by going to Apple Podcasts and please leave us a review. Can you do that for me for Christmas, please? And a nice comment. Say something good about the show so people can read those comments, know they're recent, and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give this show a shot. Let's get into today's news. The United States District Court of the Northern District of Illinois formalized a settlement between Binance and the CFTC. CZ, the former CEO of Binance, violated the Commodity Exchange Act and other CFTC regulations. The settlement now requires Binance to pay around $1.35 billion in fines to the CFTC, as well as handing over a further $1.35 billion in ill-gotten transaction fees. I didn't say that, they did. Ill-gotten transaction fees. CZ himself also faced a fine of $150 million. CZ is somewhere in the United States awaiting sentencing. I think he's in Seattle, but his sentencing will be February 2024. He faces up to 5 years in prison. However, the DOJ is recommending around 18 months for CZ. In other news of people awaiting some kind of sentence or extradition to some place by some government agency, a decision by the Montenegro High Court approving the extradition of Terra founders Do Kwon to enter the United States or South Korea has been rejected by the country's appellate court. The Montenegro High Court decided in November that the legal prerequisites for extradition of Do Kwon were met. However, Tuesday's decision shows that Do Kwon's legal and defense team successfully appealed said decision. The appellate court rejected the extradition decision because the investigating judge failed to hear out the defendant, Do Kwon, with regard to the extradition to the United States request, something that's required by Montenegro law. And moving over here to the United States Congress, I think that Elizabeth Warren is basically using crypto just to keep her name in the news for fundraising or name recognition or elections or whatever, because she's here again. And apparently she's saying that the Blockchain Association's efforts to lobby the U.S. Congress is basically trying to stop her and other legislators from stopping Hamas from using cryptocurrency to finance themselves. And she said this to a letter to the Chief Executive Officer of the Blockchain Association, Kirsten Smith. She continued to say, in quote, "I write regarding a troubling new report that your association and other crypto interests are ... working to undermine bipartisan efforts in Congress and the Biden administration to address the role of cryptocurrency in financing Hamas and other terrorist organizations. We must point out now that the narrative that crypto provides material support to Hamas, however, has been disproven. The narrative has been that tens of millions of dollars has been flowing into Hamas, which apparently that's not correct. It looks like it's only about tens of thousands of dollars. Now, of course, I have to give the obligatory terrorist financing is bad, but what we're trying to point out here is that it's not as substantial as people are saying it is, and it's not nearly as much as dollars or other fiat currencies pumping into terrorist financing. Bitcoin ETF hopeful Bitwise Asset Management launched what looks to be the first ever ad for a Bitcoin ETF, which proclaims that Bitwise is interesting, using none other than the most interesting man in the world, Jonathan Goldsmith. The most interesting man in the world, obviously from the Dos Equis beer commercials. Here is the ad.
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin. Look for Bitwise, my friends.
I don't know about you, but this is kind of cringy. It gives me Super Bowl vibes. It's almost like that they're counting chickens before they're hatched. I don't like it one bit. Can we just wait? I don't care how much people say this is going to happen. I don't care how much progress people are making on the back end or how much they say is being made on the back end between BlackRock and the SEC and an exchange traded fund and a Bitcoin ETF. I don't care. Until it happens, can we not be putting out commercials talking about Bitcoin ETFs and them being interesting and having these Super Bowl-like fervor over crypto? I just don't like it. Remember how just a couple months after that, everybody fell flat on their faces? We had Do Kwon and Terra Luna fall, Celsius fall, BlockFi went bankrupt, and then FTX collapsed. Fortune favors the brave. Can we just please pump the brakes a little bit? What do you think? Am I overreacting? Matt at dailycryptonews.net. And finally, the news that pissed me off today, the Pokemon-like action game called Aurory experienced an exploit Sunday evening. that allowed the attacker to withdraw around 600,000 AURY tokens worth around $830,000. And I bet you can guess why. Because they're using a damn bridge. This SyncSpace blockchain bridge connects both Solana and the Ethereum scaling network Arbitrum. Like, holy shit, can we just stop using bridges? Every time we see this massive exploits and people losing money, it's because of a damn bridge. Can we stop? Please. But one thing I won't stop is looking at those crypto prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 10:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear greed is at 72. We're greedy, moving even closer to extreme greed. Bitcoin sitting at $42,428, up 2.2% in 24. Ethereum's at $2,187, up 1%. Tether's number 3. Binance is at $250, up 5%. And XRP is at 60.3 cents, up 0.9%. Rounding off the top 10, we have Solana, up 3% at 73.15. USDC is number 7. Cardano is number 8. Avalanche is number 9. And Dogecoin is number 10 at 9 cents, up 1.4%. The total market cap is up 1.6% at 1.59 trillion, a Bitcoin dominance of 52.2 and an ETH dominance of 16.6. And that was our show today. I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. And until then, happy hodling, everyone.